So after I made that video discussing whether or not I regret straight piping the Saab, I did a lot of thinking about it, and I read all your comments. I took them all into consideration, and I've decided to go with a bigger resonator in the car. So I want to keep all the backfires, so if I put a muffler on, that's pretty much going to eliminate all of those, because the backfires, I mean, they're too good. So I'm going to go with a bigger resonator, and I'm also going to be getting a downpipe too. So they're going to be custom making the downpipe for me. I didn't order one online, and I'm not sure exactly which catalytic converter they use, but they do use a high flow cat. I'll ask them while I'm there to tell me the brand and the specifications of it and everything, so that way I can tell you guys after. But anyways, I will see you guys up there. I'll get some footage of them installing the downpipe, and I'll catch up with you guys after it's all done.
All that and more you'll see. Just stay right here with me. Love is not fiction, but this time the story's about a king and a queen will pretend to be with paper crowns.
So I just finished up at the exhaust shop. The car honestly doesn't really sound any different. So I'm going to go over what I had done to the car. So first off, I had them put in a second resonator, an AP resonator. So I now have two, I believe they're 14-inch resonators. So that'll help get rid of some of the drone that I can't stand. And then of course they also did the downpipe. So they put an AP high flow cat on there, and then just a 3-inch flex pipe. So there is a slight issue with where the exhaust attached to the turbo, so they basically had to keep the stock connector to the turbo, I'll just call it a connector for lack of a better term, and they basically welded the new downpipe to that connector. So I now have a full turbo back exhaust. So the first 3 inches or so of the downpipe are 2.5 inches, and then it moves to 3 inches, and then it goes into the high flow cat, and then of course to the two resonators, and then out the back. So still no muffler. Hopefully I'll still get the backfires. I haven't really revved it out or anything yet, but hopefully I don't think that second resonator will really get rid of the backfires. But oh my god, I'm at 70 miles an hour right now on the highway, and I can barely hear the engine. So I think that the drone is for the most part fixed, which I'm super ecstatic about. So cost-wise, this was certainly cheaper than buying a downpipe online and having them install it, or even installing it myself. It still would have been more expensive. So the labor for the downpipe and all of the parts was about $370, and of course I had to pay a little bit more for that second resonator, and then labor for that as well, and then tax. So it ended up being about $450 all in all for all of that. And keep in mind that just the downpipe for a car of this online from Maptune or whatever other site out there, whatever other brand out there, is minimum $500. They were all in the $500 to like $650 range. So I definitely think that this is the better route to take. So far I've driven it about 5 miles. It is still 110 degrees out, so I'm not really going to be able to give you guys feedback on performance or anything because the car is pretty much already heat soaked. But I do expect a slight performance increase. It'll definitely work better with the Stage 3 tune now, so I'm happy about that. So like I did with the initial exhaust video that I did, I'll go ahead and I'll put the previous exhaust, I'll put clips and revs of that first, and then I'll take some more clips and revs of the new exhaust to really see if there's any sound difference, and just if you guys are curious as to how it sounds. So overall, I am very happy with this. It was fairly pricey, but I mean, there isn't really a cheaper option to do this. So I'm definitely, I mean, I got quality parts, I got quality, knowledgeable people who know what they're doing to put it together and weld it all, which was nice. So it's all professionally done and everything. So I'm very happy with how it turned out so far. I'll shut up and I'll let you guys enjoy this exhaust montage. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions about the exhaust, and I'll see you all next video. Just got back from filming the exhaust revs and the cold start and everything with the new downpipe on and everything, and initially in the video I said I couldn't really tell a difference with the exhaust, but after watching back the clips, and I'm sure that you guys noticed a pretty significant difference actually, the car sounds a lot more grown up. It sounds a lot deeper, if that makes sense. I think it's got a deeper tone to it, and you can also hear the turbo a ton more. Now granted, in the exhaust clip that I did show you guys with the revs, there were probably like 2 backfires in the entire clip, but I did drive it around a bit more and I was able to generate pretty much just as much backfires as before. So the backfires are still here, which I'm definitely happy about. So it is a little bit quieter with the second resonator, but that less restrictive downpipe definitely did louden it up a bit more. So I am very happy with how this turned out. It definitely sounds more deep, more mature, more grown up, if that does make sense. And of course the turbo noises as well, which are always awesome. You can definitely hear the turbo spool up a lot more. Like pretty much as soon as you rev it, you can just hear that turbo spool, which is so freaking awesome, and I love that. But yeah, I just wanted to throw in my 2 cents at the end here because I said I couldn't tell a difference in the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think of the new sound down below in the comments, and I'll see y'all next video.